pitch football, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. Massive result for Tottenham Hotspur. Sir, give us your instant reaction to the game.
Brilliant. The team fought really well. It was joined up. Emerson Royale. Do we really need Porro for 49 million if he plays like that? You've got to ask yourself. And the last 3 games, Royale's played well. Kane was superb. Son's got his confidence back. We contained ourselves. We're like a boxer. We held City off. Bang on the counter-attack. Could have been 2 or 3-0.
Love that. What's your thoughts on Harry Kane breaking the record that Jimmy Greaves set so long ago, sir?
Well, it's an honour to be here to see it. I remember Greaves. Greaves was really quick, great footwork, but Kane is a better overall player all round. He can defend, attack, play in the midfield. It was great to be here to see it. It was it's a once-in-a-generation thing that you probably won't see again.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is. It almost brought me to tears.
Does Kane epitomise the modern day, or the opposite to the modern day footballer? The fact that he showed so much loyalty, has won so many individual accolades, but still not managed to get some big silverware. Do you think that's shown tremendous loyalty by Harry Kane?
I think it does. I think Kane is like Totti. They really belong to their clubs and their fans, and they become an emblem, symbolic. I don't know what we're going to do when he gets too old, but he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
There's not many statues in terms of players around. We know we've got the Ledley King mural round the corner. Do you think Harry Kane's deserving of a statue at the ground?
I think he deserves a statue. I think Greaves and Kane should have a statue together. Like West Ham have got Peters, Hurst and Moore, we should have Greaves and Kane.
Arsenal got Tony Adams' statue as well outside.
And probably a can of drink with it as well.
Let's talk a little. We've got time for that. Let's talk a little bit about Tottenham inadvertently helping Arsenal. Arsenal dropped points to Everton. I know you need the points, Tottenham Hotspur yourselves, but you've accidentally helped out your biggest rivals in the Premier League title race. What's your take on it, sir?
Well, we needed to win to get in the top 4. I think City will beat Arsenal twice. So although we've helped ourselves rather than help them, football's about winning. You can't go into a game wanting to lose. So what we did today, I think, was the right thing.
Considering how Tottenham fell apart 2-0 up at Manchester City, the way they held on today, the way they played football, they showed a lot of character, a lot of heart. Do you take away a lot from this game?
Yeah. For once, we didn't make stupid errors. Stupid errors cost us at City where we could have won or got a draw. Today, no stupid errors, and actually, tactically, we beat them, and physically, we beat them. You know, the shape of the team was right, the counter-attacks were right, and they couldn't. If you think about it, they hit the bar, Lloris made a couple of saves. That's it, for all that possession.
Big points. Antonio Conte's not here at the minute. He's obviously under the weather a little bit. Real Conte-style performance from the team, though. Do you think that's inspired them a little bit to do it for the gaffer? Yeah,
and I think these players are now getting used to that system, and they need time to get used to it. It's only been just over a year since Conte's been here. So once you get the players in, bit by bit, you get the right players. Conte's always said it takes 2 to 3 transfer windows. He's right. He's right.
Tough question, this. How will you handle it if Arsenal do manage to win the Premier League this season?
I'd be very, very, very sad. Very sad. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I've got to say, that is the greatest jacket I've seen all day. I can see myself in one of those. It's got a Helder look about it, hasn't it?
Worth it. It keeps you warm.
Helder pitch football. We're outside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 1-0 win over Manchester City. Big result for Tottenham. Give us your instant reaction to the game, fella.
Fantastic. Emerson Royale, I think, man of the match today. He's had a pretty tough season and really turned out today, so I think it's really good.
Where is a fan favourite? He hasn't been
in the pocket. That's where he is.
He hasn't been a fan favourite, Emerson Royale. I've got to be brutally honest.
He's been getting booed a lot by fans quite recently, and it's not nice to see. But it was great today to see him have a really good game.
Yes. Where did it go right today for Tottenham Hotspur?
I don't know. They just can't score here. They haven't won here in a couple of seasons, right? So they just don't like playing here. The crowd's always on the back. Yeah. So we play really well. Their defence is non-existent. Haaland was non-existent today. It just didn't really work for them.
Porro has given both those fullbacks a kick up the fucking backside, and both of them turned up today, didn't they? So there we go.
It's a big point. It's a big point. I think they saw Porro sitting there on the bench and thinking, I've got to do my job today.
For sure, I agree, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about you boys helping out Arsenal today. With every cloud, there is a silver lining, and in this case it's for Arsenal, dropping points to Everton. Yesterday, you've put them right back in amongst the cat amongst the pigeons.
They'll lose it, mate. They are twats. That's it. I've got nothing more to say.
Fucking Everton yesterday. Everton were 19th. I mean, fuck off. Dog shit.
Sean Dyche, isn't it? Sean Dyche. He's come in and he's stamped that Burnley DNA all over it.
For sure. Look, mate, Arsenal have been playing well, but fuck them. They won't win it.
Is it frustrating that you haven't closed the gap on Arsenal, considering how you finished last season, stopping their title run and all that, not pushing on in the summer when maybe the players that should have come in?
Yeah, I would like to see a few more faces, but, you know, we're not that club, unfortunately. We're not going to do with Chelsea and spend 500 million in a window. You know, we're going to pick our players. Yeah, Arsenal spent a lot as well, but you know, they're having a good season, Arsenal. They were shit last year. They'll fuck it up now, so I ain't worried about it.
Talk to me about Chelsea. Is it fair, financial fair play-wise, on the fair sport of competition, that they can go out and spend 300 million in January on new players?
I mean, rules are there to be broken. I think look, if they found a way around it, I would love to be in their position, going out and spending that money on players. But you know, Levy, get your fucking checkbook out, mate.
I mean, look, Bowley found a loophole, didn't he? Giving long contracts, spreading those payments out over 10 years. I mean, look, he's a bit of a genius for doing that, really. I mean, look,
time he'd done something right, to be fair.
Well, UEFA have said, haven't they? They're now going to change the rules again. So because of that, so they've got away with it and they've fucked everyone else. So.
It shows the power of Chelsea that they can find loopholes to make UEFA change the rules.
But it was in his contract as well, wasn't it? So he had to spend, I think, $1.5 billion in the next 3-4 years or something like that.
Fernandes and Mudryk looked shit, so they were terrible yesterday on Friday. So I'm not worried.
Yeah, we all saw the draw to Fulham. Yeah. Where did Tottenham finish this season now? You're 1 point behind Newcastle. Where do they finish come end of the season when everything's said and done?
Top 4 above Arsenal.
If we carry on playing like that, there's no reason why we wouldn't finish top 4. I want to see a cup, though. I want that FA Cup.
Is Arsenal going to win the league?
No.
No chance.
No.
not with Leonard at the helm. No chance, mate. No chance.
Held a pitch football, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Man City 0. Boys, give me your immediate reaction to the game.
I think it was a good result. I think I was quietly confident going into the game. You know, we've never conceded against Manchester City at this Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think we've conceded a few penalties as well, and still haven't conceded. We've won. You know, I think Emerson Royale. You know what? I'm gonna big him up today. I think coming in, Pedro Porro. Everyone wanted him to start, but he didn't put a foot wrong today. And you know why? It's because he didn't have to attack. When he's defending, he is brilliant. He puts his body on the line like no one else. And I'll shout out Emerson Royale.
Yeah.
Give me your instant reaction to the game. What did you make of Tottenham's win over Manchester City?
Huge in terms of the league. Hopefully that pushes us for top 4. You know, it's a shame they're not going to push for Arsenal beating them, but I'm sure they'll do their job later on in the season.
I was going to say to you before the game, if it meant doing Arsenal a favour, would you have still taken the 3 points today? What goes through your mind?
Well, I still think maybe we can push for the league. You never know. It might be a stupid thing to say, but. He's laughing at me. He's laughing at me. But
again,
expand on that for me.
I don't know if I should, to be honest.
But it's outside the realms of possibility, you know, because right. If you look at, come on Spurs! If you look at the prior performances from the season, towards the end of the season, past January, when it's the business end of the season, that's when we come into our own. We've got past the blip that we always have at Christmas time, and now we're coming into this end of the season. We're not going to push for the league, let's be honest. Arsenal are just way better than us, let's be honest. But I think we're going to get top 4 easily. 1 point behind Newcastle now. Newcastle, you know, I think they just don't have it all. I think United, they're a great team, you know, play great football, but once again, they're missing a few things. But I think us, in the system we play, get Conte back from his illness, hopefully he gets well soon. But I think we can push, you know, 2nd or 3rd, because this is when we come into our own. We've shown it time and time before.
Do you think this team have closed the gap on Arsenal in terms of quality, in terms of the way they play in this season?
No, not at all. I think Arsenal... We should have pushed on in the summer, but that's by the by. We can't look at the past. The only way is to look at the future. Arsenal pushed on. They didn't get top 4. We got top 4. We should have used it, but we didn't. But now, you know, we're on our own. We signed a player we needed to sign, Pedro Porro. We'll see how he does. It's a shame he didn't get on today. Danjuma, we'll see how if he comes good. But it's good to have a bit of competition for Son. And you see what Emerson played today. You know, he was brilliant. You know, a bit of competition goes a long way.
Let's talk about Danjuma. Looked like he was heading to Everton.
Yeah.
The U-turn, last minute U-turn. Are you pleased that he chose to join Tottenham Hotspur over Everton? Give us your reaction.
I am. I mean, I don't know too much about him. I just know he had a FIFA card. He used to tear me up every game, mate. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame stealing their star striker in terms of Richarlison and then stealing their transfer target. But you got to do what you got to do in terms of Premier League.
Everton do to piss Levy off? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go in for any more Everton players because I don't rate any of them. But we've taken Richarlison and we'll run with that. You know, I think Danjuma. If you look at 2 years ago in the Europa League, knocked out Arsenal, helped out knock out United when they won the Europa League. He's obviously got signs of quality. He's playing in the Champions League this season quite well. We'll see how he does. I don't think he's going to start, but it's a good thing to push Son in training. You know.
Held a pitch football. We're outside Tottenham Hotspur's ground. Tottenham beat Man City 1-0. Massive result. Give us your instant reaction, Ollie.
Helder, I'm going to say one thing to you, right? I wouldn't care if we got fucking battered today because of one reason. I don't want Arsenal going fucking skyrockets above us in that fucking table. But today we saw rejuvenated Tottenham. We saw Tottenham Hotspur play football for one time, right? We were here, there and everywhere on that pitch. We were making the right balls, the tackles. The referee was a bit of a twat. I think he was about a 19-year-old referee in his first game, but oh well, who gives a shit? Look, a win's a win. We got the 3 points. It's a massive confidence booster for us, especially after Sonny got them great goals at Preston last week. And I think for the gaffer as well, get well soon. Lots of love, in Italy at the minute. I think that's great for you. I think we're building up confidence day in, day out. I don't know what the end of the season result's going to be. I mean, I know it's nearly a year since my first appearance on here, and I was like, bigging it up, but I ain't going to say anything just yet.
I was going to say that. It's been a whole year since we had you on. Since we launched your career in media, so to speak. You've become a bit of a cult hero on the channel. Let me get your instant reaction to Tottenham doing Arsenal a favour today. It's a big win for Arsenal as well as Tottenham.
Helder, as much as I love you, I'm not going to say anything on that, but actually, fuck it, right? I want someone else to win the league. Man City pissed me off to another degree. They're a shit club with fucking money, right? They pay all the money in the world to do what they want. If Arsenal win the league, Arsenal win the league. If City win the league, City win the league, right? It's a fucking trophy at the end of the day. It's not something we play different teams for in different rounds, right? It's a competition. We all go away, home, right? We'll sing the songs, we'll have a laugh, and whatever we get is whatever we get, right? If you're going to be salty about it, you're going to be salty, right? If we've done Arsenal a favour, right, I'm going to get blooded tonight and regret it so I don't remember it. But I'm going to say one thing, right? Football is football, right? We love it for one reason. It's a beautiful game. It's one of the only things we've got left in this country that we can fucking afford. So...
I hear your point. I hear your sentiment. If Arsenal win the league, as a Tottenham fan, what will go through your mind?
As long as you don't win at our stadium, I'm not going to give a shit. But look, football is football. Who wins the league is who wins the league. Who plays the better football. It just means more people for fucking Daniel Levy to fucking buy in the transfer window at the end of the day. But look, if we're shit, and we get somewhere, it's what matters. Conte staying at the end of the season would be a big thing for us. But I think now our players have shown the confidence to do what they can do, and I just hope we can keep it going.
This is a massive result for Tottenham Hotspurs. Not many people would have predicted that they beat Man City. Do you think the team are turning a corner now in terms of form?
Like when I went to City away, the team were all over the place. They conceded 3 goals in, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and it wasn't what it was. Now to see the team playing, being a team and doing what they want to do is an improvement, but after one game, you can't say the result. You've got to give it at least 2, 3, 4 games of 90 minutes to keep going. And I think the next month's going to be a big test for us, especially with Chelsea at home, West Ham at home. It's going to be more. It's going to be more than a test. It's going to be a lot.
On that note, I can't thank you enough for your time today, near on your anniversary appearing on pitch. And it's always a great pleasure to talk to you, Ollie. Thank you very much for your time today.
It's always a pleasure. And do us a favour, give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, @Pitch30. If you don't do it, right, then just don't watch our stuff again, because you'll do us a favour looking after us, and we deliver you the content every day, so do one.
Love that. You're an absolute gentleman and a scholar. Thank you, sir. Held a pitch football, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. Big result for Tottenham Hotspur. You boys are inside the stadium. Give me your instant reaction to the game.
I like Manchester City, it's like more Tottenham. I was excited. It's my first time in this studio,
yes.
And it was amazing. But I want to see 4-2, 5-4, and I see 1-0. It's
It's frustrating.
Yes,
it's
yes.
frustrating. Manchester City never really do well at this stadium. They always struggle to score goals. Today was no different. What did you think of Manchester City's performance?
Before?
No, today. Performance today.
It was good. They play good, but they need the 3 points and they don't take it. Understand?
Yes.
They was very needed because Arsenal yesterday they lost.
Yes.
And
Arsenal lost 1-0 to Everton yesterday at
Yes.
Goodison.
I want to see today the City going to the champions.
Tottenham have done Arsenal a big favour today. You know, with a rival between Tottenham and Arsenal, what do you feel about Tottenham really helping out Arsenal today?
I think Tottenham play very good. They do good defense.
Yes.
Kane was special. And it was a great game, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, it was a great game and it's a great result for Tottenham Hotspur. Puts them right back in the mix for European football for next season as well. I think they're 1 point behind Newcastle now. Big result for Tottenham.
Yes, it's a big result. But I lose on Tottenham on the bet.
No.
Yes. I lose on Tottenham. In fact, this.
Well, listen, pay the man his money. Count out the euros. Give him his euros.
Give me.
I don't give him nothing.
500 euros.
Pitch football, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. Massive result for Tottenham Hotspur. Give us your instant reaction to the game, sir.
Fantastic game. Pure team performance today. The team set out from the first half. We haven't done that in many first halves this season. And I'll tell you what, the way they played, I'm proud of them. Every play, even Emerson Roy, he gets a lot of stick, I'll tell you what, he played his heart out today. The only little criticism I have, we didn't press them when they had the ball at the back. That's the only little thing.
Emerson Royale's been victimised a lot by his own fans recently. 100%. He hasn't got any praise. Do you think he's done a long way to sort of better himself today?
I think the signing of Porro's upped his game a bit, truthfully. Today, can't fault him. He's fell on his backside here and there. He's got up, he's fought for the balls, he's chased back. Very often he's sort of gone forward, very good, and kind of give up the ghost. Today, straight at it, getting the tackles in. But it's just lovely to see.
Love that.
You know.
Only unfortunate thing today from a Tottenham's point of view, Arsenal dropped points against Everton at Goodison yesterday. You've put Arsenal right back in the mix today.
Yeah, we have. We've helped them, we've put them back in the mix. But do you know what? Everton have touched a little spot with Arsenal. We're not out of it yet, we're still in the cup. We're only fifth. Come on. It's a long season. Everybody knows that. Come on, we all know football. It's a strange game. I love it.
After last season, the way Tottenham derailed Arsenal, do you think they would have gone a lot further in terms of trying to close the gap with the recruitment in particular in this window and the window gone?
I think we let ourselves down with recruitment. Arsenal stepped up the game a bit, in all honesty. They had time to focus on the hurt they had last season. We sort of sat on our laurels and we're a bit slow out of the blocks this season, but I just can't fault today. Listen, I'm buzzing. I'm walking up this.
You really enjoyed this game today.
I'm walking up this high street with springs in my feet. It is fantastic.
Pitch football, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. With me,
to win the league.
You heard it here. Yeah. I would like to ask you your thoughts on the game today, sir. What do you make of it?
I thought it was an absolutely super game. I really enjoyed it. I was in among the Tottenham supporters and it was brilliant. And the stadium is just second to none. I've never seen a stadium as good as it.
It's a fantastic stadium, it really is.
Absolutely brilliant and really enjoyable.
Yes. Who was your man of the match today?
Well, I suppose you have to give it to Kane when he breaks the record. I lived over here in the late 60s, early 70s. I saw Martin Chivers, Alan Ginzey and all of these guys play.
See Jimmy Greaves?
Well, he had gone to Chelsea, hadn't he?
He'd moved on by then.
Yeah.
Now, you got a chance to watch Manchester City closely today.
Sorry?
You got a chance to see Manchester City closely today. Do they win the league or do Arsenal win the league this season, sir?
I think Arsenal win it. Unfortunately for an awful lot of the supporters here. I think because they've got Haaland, they've changed the way they play football.
Big point. I think there's some uncertainty and unrest amongst the City lot. The way the style of play's changed dramatically to suit Haaland, if you like.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. They've got a big centre forward now. They feel they have to cross the ball into him.
Yes.
And like if De Bruyne wasn't fit, why was he on the line? You know, I mean, he's either playing or he's not playing.
It's crazy when you think about it. The man scored 25 goals, I think, in 20 appearances, and we're moaning about the team's style of play.
Well, the bottom line is, I think recently, I forget who he was playing against, and they kept him clean, and they discovered that you just have to keep heavy on him, big guy on him. He does like scoring goals is.
It's like anything. Teams are going to work players out. They're going to work teams out, aren't they?
Took a while to work him out. And he now has to offer a bit more than goals, because that's what Manchester City did.
It seems a reluctancy to play him at some points. The players used to play him, score, everyone was celebrating. It seems a real reluctancy to give him the ball at times.
Well, I mean, you look at all other teams. I mean, there's Chelsea out spending millions and they'd no centre forward. So maybe they go for Haaland.
Let's talk about Chelsea a little bit. UEFA have changed the rules due to Chelsea's 300 million spent. Is it fair for football? Are you a fan of it? What's your take on it, sir?
My bottom line is they're all earning too much money. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There's people can't afford to go to these games, I'd say.
You're bang on there.
I just think it's crazy. Jimmy Hill got rid of the minimum wage. He did the right thing, but now it's gone the other way.
It's incredible the amount of money it costs to take a father and a son to go and watch a football game at the minute. You're talking £300 or £400 tickets, bit of food, travel. It's really taken the fun out of it for a lot of people.
Well, when you got a guy getting paid 350 grand a week, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up.
Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. That's a scoreline I didn't think I'd be reading today, if I'm being honest. Give your take on it, sir.
I was optimistic from the beginning. I would have taken a 2-2 draw at the start of the game. But after that, first half, solid at the back. Happy to see Harry Kane in the starting line. Would have liked to see Porro start.
Yeah.
But Emerson, to be fair, he did very well, and he always turns up in the big games. I'm trying to be nice to the guy, because if he gets injured, we're down to one at right back again.
Mate, he's got some stick this season, as Emerson.
He doesn't deserve the stick he's got, to be fair. I think he's done very well this year.
Yeah. I think Poirot on the bench might give him a little kick up the arse as well.
Yes, and if you're going to lose one of the two, I think Doherty over Royale. I think Emerson Royale's played bigger in the bigger games, and he's earned his way into the team. If you're honest, he's look. Could the club do with more investment? Yes, of course we could. Are we buying in players that are making a difference? I like to think so. Look, you got 2 in January last year, 2 this January window. If the summer is successful, you keep Antonio, new goalkeeper, new centre-back, new midfielder, 3 players, could all do with replacing it.
You need a new spine, basically, that's what you're telling us.
I just think they're coming to the end of their time at Tottenham. Great servers, sometimes you need good, high-quality competition in high-quality places.
The trick is knowing when to let certain players go, isn't it?
Well, when do you lose goals? You lose goals either your goalkeeper mistakes or your centre-back makes a mistake. You replace both of them that don't make mistakes. Have they? I love Hugo. I love Dyer. Do I want him in the squad? Of course I do. Do I want us to win the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Carling Cup, or whatever they call it nowadays? Of course I do. Well, we are at Tottenham. We understand. It takes a long time to get what you want.
It's a process.
A bit of patience. And is Antonio the man? I mean, everywhere else is proving us right. You doubt the guy, he produces trophies.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Harry Kane breaking the record set by the one and only Jimmy Greaves.
Was never in doubt, was it? Alan Shearer, have you been looking over your shoulder, mate? Because he's coming for you, Alan Shearer. He's coming for you. And he's going to do it at Tottenham with an FA Cup win this season. I'm calling it now. We're going to win the FA Cup this season. He's taking your record next season. And then we're pushing on for proper titles. It's coming.
Now,
come on, you Spurs.
Probably the biggest result for Spurs so far in the league this year.
Big win.
It's now gone alongside Arsenal losing and dropping points to Everton. So effectively, Tottenham have ended up inadvertently helping Arsenal. What's your take on it all?
You're losing to Everton. You came to us and you lost. You had 3 games left. You fucked it up. You got 19 games or 16 games left, is it? You're in trouble. Your bottle's gone. You've dropped your bottle. It's gone. We're coming. You're going to end up in 5th. I'm going to pink you by the post by a point again. We're coming. We're coming.
Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. Massive result here for Tottenham. Boys, I know you're inside the stadium. Give us your instant reaction. What do you think about the match?
Oh, atmosphere is amazing. Every single minute was chants and amazing stuff. You couldn't hear City at all. City were gone. Didn't hear them at all, even when they're singing.
Yeah, what a game. Love the atmosphere. I hope we can carry on the season like that.
Yeah. Harry Kane scored that early goal against the run of play, Conte-style football. What was your reaction when Harry Kane went in? What cheers? How did you react?
Oh, insane. I was immense. All over the place I was, hugging everyone. It just brought everyone together. It's amazing.
Broke the record today. Jimmy Greaves, I know you boys won't be old enough to remember him, seeing him play. I just about saw him play, but you must have heard his name echoing around today in particular. How good was it to be there when Harry Kane finally broke the record?
Oh, absolutely amazing. I love that the one game I come to, it's when Harry Kane breaks the record. It's what an amazing feeling for me.
I think you're a bit of a lucky charm for Tottenham, lad, if I'm being particularly honest. Now, give me your take on Tottenham doing Arsenal a big favour today. Arsenal lost against Everton, as we saw. Tottenham have beat Manchester City, putting Arsenal back to where they were before everything kicked off. Where do you stand on Tottenham doing Arsenal inadvertently a favour?
It's annoying because I hate Arsenal, but to get the 3 points is massive, especially for getting top 4. So I think it's a good thing for us.
What's your take on it all? What's your philosophy on Tottenham helping out Arsenal today?
I hate Arsenal for all my heart, but we just got to focus on ourselves, because if we start relying on other teams to beat Arsenal, our quality will slip and stuff like that. So yeah.
What's going to be your reaction if Arsenal lift the Premier League?
Oh, I don't want to answer that.
What's going to go through your mind if Arsenal are crowned champions?
I prefer not to speak.
Sounds like Jose Mourinho. If I speak, I will be in trouble. Anything you boys want to say before you disappear? Anything you want to share with us?
You know me! Come on, you Spurs!
Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 0. Massive result for Tottenham Hotspur. Sir, may I get your immediate reaction to the game, please?
Yeah, great result for us. I thought Emerson Royale gets a lot of stick, but tonight he was brilliant. He played really well. He gets a lot of stick, but he was great tonight. It's great to beat City. It's almost like every time we play City at home, we just do it against them. It's super.
They don't like to come to this side of North London for some reason, Manchester City. They don't perform at their best. Tottenham seem to be their sort of bogey team.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, the game a couple of weeks ago away at City, we were 2-0 up half time. I thought, right, this is it. And they turned us over in the second half. But this is revenge, for that. And I thought everyone put a shift in today. Conte being out, I was worried a little bit about how we'd perform, but I thought we took to a man, Højbjerg in the middle, a couple of others. They really put a shift in, and it really paid off today.
It's funny you mentioned that, because before the game, looking at it, you would have thought this was going to be a tough encounter. But they've gone out there without Conte, played Conte's style of football, caught them on the counter-attack against the run of play, and Harry Kane's broke Jimmy Greaves' record. All in all, it's a good day.
Harry Kane, what is there to say about that man? He's incredible. The way that he finds goals in big games, and if Haaland wasn't scoring the goals that he scored this year, I mean, everyone would be raving about Kane in the media and stuff like that. Kane's completely gone under the radar this season because of Haaland, but actually the amount of goals he's scored this season, and the way he's been performing is just so consistent. He is a generational talent for us, and it's I feel so privileged to have watched him today beat Jimmy Greaves' record, and just cement his place as an absolute legend of this football club. Superb.
Do you think there'll be a Harry Kane statue sometime soon?
We don't have many statues, do we? We've got the Ledley King.
The Ledley thing.
The Ledley King mural, which is around here somewhere, isn't it? One of these right just down here. But yeah, I mean, in terms of statues, if anyone deserves it, it's Harry Kane, isn't it? I mean, and I get that there was the kind of wanting for trophies for him and stuff like that, but he is going to go down as one of the greatest ever players to play for this football club, and to have seen him so many times at this stadium before the old White Hart Lane, at this new stadium and stuff like that. It's magical. It's really special to watch.
Biggest win of Tottenham's probably season in the Premier League this year coincides with Arsenal dropping points to Everton.
Yeah.
So in turn, Tottenham have accidentally helped Arsenal. What's your take on it all?
look, I kind of get, I get that, nobody wants to see Arsenal win the league. I mean, that's just disgusting to even think about. But we've got to think of it. We've got to think of it as Spurs fans being big in terms of wanting things for ourselves. What do we want? We want points on a trophy, or points in the table. We want to climb the table. We want the best for us, and yet we can't control what Arsenal are doing, right? So we have to think about ourselves, think about picking up points, and big clubs care about what they're doing to themselves rather than what other clubs are thinking about, and therefore, we've got to sit there and think, right, we want 3 points as Spurs. Forget what the impact that has on others. It's about us, and today winning 3 points is huge for us in terms of our Champions League qualification campaign.
When you think of how Tottenham finished last season compared to Arsenal, you derailed Arsenal's sort of title challenge. Is it frustrating that you haven't done more as a club to close the gap in the 2 transfer windows?
The transfer policy as a whole is frustrating. I don't know where we are as a club. I don't know what our identity is, and I think that's a big issue with Spurs fans at the moment. I think that we're struggling to kind of find our own identity, what it is we want, and stuff like that. And I understand that, like, for a lot of Spurs fans, we want to see more investment in the playing side of things. I think it's more complicated than that. I think it's difficult to kind of sit there and compete with the likes of Chelsea that have just spent £323 million this transfer window, the likes of Newcastle coming in, Man United with their historic revenue, Liverpool with that and things. So I think we have to understand where we are as a club, what we're doing, and I think it's about consolidating our position. I think the problem is that us as a club, it's the direction we're travelling in and what that direction is. And that's what we want answers to. That's why we're a little bit frustrated, is in terms of, do we want a Pochettino-style, young, invest in young players, or are we wanting Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte coming in who are winners? Well, you've got to back them if you're going to do that. And I don't know where we sit within that. That's where I think the frustration lies.
You're going to not like this one. How will you handle if Arsenal do manage to win the Premier League this season?
It's out of our control. I don't want them to win. Absolutely don't want them to win. But it's out of our control. I think we can focus on what we're doing as a club. I think that if Arsenal do the unthinkable and win the league this season, it won't be because of anything that we've done as a club. You control what you can control. Win the games you can win. So that's why today I'm really delighted that we've got the 3 points. Don't care what that means for the league. Don't care that means that perhaps that gives an advantage to Arsenal. We control what we control, and that is us winning the game today.